I want to thank our great crowd, Vol Nation, for coming out and supporting this football team. And they've been remarkable all year long. And today was just kind of exemplifies what we have here at Tennessee. Just very proud of everyone in our football organization, from our administration, led by Dave Hart and Chancellor Cheek. They've been so supportive in working to get this football program back. You know, our academics and Dr. Joe Scoggin and just everyone. It's just a full team effort, and proud of our players. I thought this game kind of summarized our season with adversity, great resiliency, and we found a way to win the football game. We always talk about impactful plays, impacting the game, and there was a number of plays. I thought our special teams were outstanding. Matt Darr, again, flipped field position when we needed it. That was really big. TK's interception in the third quarter, great play, and then to capitalize and score a touchdown off of that. I thought the 95-yard drive in the second quarter was big. It's our longest drive of the year, and we executed. But again, just proud of everyone. Wasn't pretty, but we found a way to get it done. We were behind with injuries, and our players just kept working and working. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
What does this mean to you and this team and to be bowl eligible and to get it done tonight?
Well, it's just continues that positive momentum, that positive energy. And, you know, one game doesn't define you. We have tremendous momentum and energy. But again, it rewards everyone. It rewards everyone, you know, for their resiliency, particularly our seniors. This will be their first bowl game, and they've never experienced it. And it sets the temperament for our football program for many years to come. It rewards the greatest fan base in all of the country and Vol Nation. And it's just one step closer to where we want to get as we continue to build this football program. We still have a long way to go, but it's just I'm proud of everyone because it took a lot of effort. We were supposed to win 2 to 4 games all year by the experts, and this group came together. This group is extremely close, and you look at as young as we are, and again, just business as usual. So I'm just proud of everyone in our organization.
I noticed that Kurt, the team guys really rallied in the rally around Kurt, and it really seemed to mean, not that it didn't mean a lot to everybody, but everybody seemed to really rally around him, and it really seemed to mean a lot to him. Did you notice that?
Yeah, Kurt's a very powerful leader, and you know, they wanted this, and we had a great week of preparation, and we talked about the mental effort, the mental intensity that would take in channeling the adrenaline, channeling the passion, the excitement of a rivalry game, and channeling it the right way to play your best football. And, you know, we found a way to win the football game, but our team feeds off of Kurt.
When Hurd went out with the injury, it looks like Dobbs picked up the slack in the running game and also total game running and passing. Talk about his effort.
He did a great job of running the football. And you're exactly right. When Jalen went out, we had to rely on Josh. And Marlon Lane's an individual who hasn't played much all year. And for him to step up like he did in a critical game, it was great to see his efforts rewarded as well.
What is the situation with Jalen?
Just how much is Josh's ability on the ground to change the way you guys do things offensively and really change kind of the course of the season here late November?
Well, anytime you add the element of a running quarterback to your offense, it gives you an advantage. You have an extra gap, an extra hat, and Josh has done a very good job of being able to do that. You know, from our play action game, it's not just being able to run the quarterback, but also the play action game that is associated with that as well.
What is Jalen's injury? What's the situation with him?
Upper body extremity.
Butch, you lost some guys during the game. Kroom could barely go. What do you credit the young team being able to handle some adversity too out there tonight?
Resiliency, toughness. You know, we talk about mental conditioning in our football program every day. And I talked about our standard periods that we have at 6 a.m. in January and February. And then I had to realize that half of this football team wasn't here when we did those standard periods in January and February. But just an overall effort, a mentality, that we work on in our program. That's the foundation of our program, is the toughness element, both physically and mentally. We're not anywhere yet where we need to be, but it's continuing to grow and grow and grow.
But you guys obviously spent a lot of time on punts and punt returns. Just how big was it for him to break that one early and kind of get you guys going a little bit?
It was great, and Zach Azani does a great job, and it was a great player making a great play, and it was all 11 working together as one, and we felt very confident coming in that we were going to get a big return, and we've been one or two individuals away, and that's what makes special teams. Everyone is 1 out of 11, and it's there's never any greater association or illustration of do your job than on special teams. And everyone did their job, and Cam provided that spark and that momentum early for us, and we needed it.
Butch, can you talk about seeing guys excited is one thing, but Kyler, had tears running down his face out there, just overcome with joy, to be able to be bowl eligible. What's it mean to you as a coach to see the kids kind of emotionally spent like that after something like this?
It's very rewarding. That's why you coach. You coach to influence young people, create positive change, and build a culture. And this football team, I say it continuously week in and week out, they're in early, they leave late. They didn't want it to end. And we talked about our life expectancy, and we were fighting to live, 2-3 more weeks. And I told them we had a team meeting on Monday at 3 o'clock, and it could be to, go through our bowl schedule, or it could be to say goodbye. And it kind of hit them. They said, Coach, we're not saying goodbye. We don't want to say goodbye yet. And it's just, again, this group has been resilient all single year. We went through a stretch. We had the toughest schedule in the country. We've had a 2-year stretch where it's the toughest in the country, and I had somebody tell me it may be in the history of college football the last 2 years. And you look at building a football program, that's very difficult to do. That's why I'm so proud of everyone associated with our football organization, our secretaries, our recruiting, our strength staff, our trainers, our academics. We're all aligned as one, and that's how you win, and we have that winning culture now.
Coach, how young your team is, how valuable is the time you're going to have now to prepare for the bowl game and teach?
Invaluable for many reasons. To teach, to continue to progress the individuals that are redshirting, but also to get in the strength and conditioning room. We've had too much time off here in the past with not going to bowl games. And you look at these kids would go home over the holidays, and they'd have almost a month and 10 days off. And it's really hard to build your strength levels up. So for us to continue to be together, build our family environment, but also for them to develop individually will be extremely beneficial for our football program. And just, I think, the illustration of staying the course. We knew we went through a stretch at the beginning of the year, and we knew if we would just stay the course, not let all the clutter, outside distractions get in, and just focus on the process every day of being a better football team, everything would take care of itself.
Coach, you mentioned Josh earlier. I guess he obviously didn't have his best passing numbers. What were your overall sort of evaluation of him today? What do you feel like he did well, and what didn't he do well?
Well, he found a way to win a football game, and that's critical from our quarterback position. Yeah, we need to talk about some of the errant throws and taking care of the football, and I thought he pressed for the first time. I thought Josh was trying to make, some plays, and he's a competitor. But when we needed him down the stretch, he stepped up and he delivered. For us to be able to run clock and get, I believe, 2 first downs in that drive, flip field position, that was monumental, and a lot of that was Josh Dobbs.
There's a whole lot of orange up in the stands, Coach. Do you feel like you guys were playing Knoxville for this one?
I tell you, Vol Nation's unbelievable. And we talk about the mid-state being extremely important to us from a recruiting standpoint, from Vol Nation, but the entire state of Tennessee. And that's what our players, they're starting to build that affinity for representing this great state each and every day for what they do.
Do you care where you go bowling? I mean, would you like to play in state?
I don't care where we go. That's up for, discussion down the road. I'm just really, really excited for our kids and everyone involved and for our great fan base. This is something, that hasn't happened in a few years, and we're 5th all-time in bowl appearances, and I believe this will be bowl appearance number 50, and we're going to enjoy number 50 wherever it's at.
You had the decal, and then, of course, the fans got into it with the Berry chants. Can you speak to that a little bit?
We're one family. and we're all Vols for life. And Eric is very, very special to us. He continues to be in our thoughts and in our prayers, and the entire Berry family, and Evan and Elliot, and Vol Nation as well. And I thought that was class. And that family is very special to us, and we stick together in good times and in adverse situations. That's what a family's all about, and they're obviously in our family.
Coach, as far as building is concerned, how big of a brick is the bowl?
Big brick. You know, now it's one thing to go to the bowl game now, work to win the bowl game. But again, like we just spoke about, it keeps the practices going. They're able to improve their strength levels, and it's all about winning. Winning is hard. Winning is very fragile, as we've experienced this year. And you have to learn how to win. You have to learn how to close games out. You have to learn how to close games out when everything doesn't go your way and maybe you don't have your best performance, but you still find ways to win football games. That's why when you look at it's all-encompassing why tonight was big.
Coach, how big did the defense put it out with the 2 interceptions?
The turnovers were big. And, you know, you look at I spoke about TKs earlier, and then we're able to put points on the board because of it. Great individual effort to dot the I, keep the foot in, and then same thing, great effort on Brian Randolph's part. And that really, again, changed. Football is a game of momentums, and there's momentum swings. And, you know, they get the momentum, and then we come right back and take the football away, and that was big for us.
Anything else, guys? All right, thank you.
All right.
Do the player interviews out.